Um, Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Huang from Browan. We have been a IoT player 10 years ago when the first inception of LoRa technology, the LP1 technology, and the early participant in it. And it is always a pleasure and an honor to be back here to the Things Conference for the fourth time to present ourselves and share the path of what we have been developing since the beginning of our business venture. Because we have seen, as it happens this morning, that I've come across a lot of friends that we didn't know each other a few years ago, and then with the years of participation, we get to know each other, and we get to know how to partner up with each other to actually actualize the dream of IoT. Right? So allow me to start off with the first slide, is that back in 2016, where we have a dream of IoT, where we see the opportunity arising and the needs and wants for all the things to be well connected, to help to improve the quality of life of everyone, from the industry level all towards the consumer level. So we started our venture selecting, reviewing all the technology that's available in the market, and then selecting LP-WAN as the technology that have the characteristic to address the deployment of an IoT network into a home or even into an industrial environment. So, excuse me. So we actually started our venture by providing a means, the vehicle of collecting the data to enable our customers, the early adopters, the pioneers of IoT, to have a technology that actually collects the data for them to understand what is happening, or otherwise improving their efficiency of maintaining a certain environment or application that they want. So we started off with building out gateways. I think many of our old friends knew Browan as the equipment provider for the IoT industry, where we have good gateways, we have many sensors that applies to different scenarios for the customers that we are addressing. So you could see that we have outdoor, indoor gateways, single channel gateways, 8 channel, 16 channel, and so on, to address different level of application, and also different sensors. Actually, this is a selection of sensors that is already shipping into the market for the application of water leakage, tracking of assets, the sensors for indoor water leakage, and so on. So we have successfully achieved millions, accumulation of businesses that goes to 35 countries from A to Z, from Argentina to all the way to, in some samples, deliveries into the Z country in Africa, Zimbabwe. And also we have gateways and devices that comes a total of already above 1 million level units on, as of today. So we believe that our mission in the first stage of enabling IoT has come to a point that we need to help our customers, industrial or consumer alike, to make it simple for their deployment and minimizes our selling cycle, and even at the end of the day, helping our customers to decrease their total ownership cost in having to actualize the dream. So we found that along the course, in having to help our customers, or the feedback from our customers is always that they would have to, especially in the vertical market, they would have to find their own elements for setting up the IoT, to monitor their assets, or to have a well-secured environment with the door or window sensor or opening sensors, or air quality sensors, and so on. And so you would have to look for your own management system partners. You have to look for your gateway partners, and these gateway partners might not be working with that node's sensor partners and so on. That creates the difficulties of our customers' benefits in deploying an IoT network. We also find that there's no flexibility of customizing or tuning our products or tuning other people's products for a specific scenario, although it is the same air quality monitoring environment or temperature monitoring environment. The requirements comes in demanding different shape and size, different level of water prevention, design, and so on, which is very difficult for the whole industry to address it, and thus prolonging our customers' deployments plan, or even they defer it for the next stage. The third challenges that we found along the course why our customers is not, accepting the IoT using LoRaWAN as fast as we like is also the high time and project cost that derives from the first two reasons. Because at the end of the day, they need more headcounts to help them manage the complexity of setting up a network for IoT. They need to go through different vendors for procurement of different devices, hardware pieces and software pieces, to help them to achieve a result that could not be justified with the investment. So by seeing all these challenges, we thought with the means that we provide to our customer in the past near to a decade of sending them the equipments, can we help them to provide more values? From these dots of sensors, from these dots of gateways, is there a way that we could provide more values to our customers by solving the challenges that we see as we cruise ahead, achieving our dreams? So we are taking a step forward. We used to be known as the end node maker, gateway providers, and then leveraging other network servers, and then eventually with our application server. We wanted to expand our service all the way from the hardware piece towards the management system, which is actually available right now. And we see that kind of value provided to our customers, especially in the vertical market, being a very, very valuable piece of proposition that helps them to propel their target of achieving higher efficiency and lower maintenance costs. So with all this availability or sectors available there to be addressed, we try to focus our resources into three main directions. Because as all companies share the same problems, we love to do everything. We love to serve everything for our customers, but we have limited resources. Right? It is very difficult to say that you are able to do everything. That is too much exaggerated with what the actual fact is. So we try to focus in three solutions that we have customers that is already asking us to help them build up a network to solve their problems. And the first one is a smart agriculture solution that we actually implemented in Taiwan. The idea is to have the LoRaWAN sensors along with a satellite piece that is set in a remote plantation, and then to be communicating to the IoT satellite with Browan application server and the app to help them monitor the plantation. And normally this is a high economic value crops that they want to make sure that they have a systematic hydration to the field, a systematic pH level of the soil by deploying a certain amount of fertilizers, because too much is no good, too less is not enough. But there's always an equilibrium of fertilizers to be implemented to that. And so this system would help the high economic crops plantation to prevent overwatering or underwatering, decrease their cost of overwatering into the field. And then we prevent the difficulties of modern plantation of labor shortage issue, because it is more and more so that in a plantation or agricultural environment, it's not easy to recruit enough personnel to handle the field of the crops. This is some pictures of what we have been doing for the greenhouses, for the higher value vegetations in Taiwan, and the gateway that is planted in this in the area of the bigger area in the deployment that we have. Then the second one is also something that we didn't think of until our customer came to us and said, you know, we are actually monitoring our tanks. What kind of tanks? Warfare tanks? No, the tank for gases. Well, that Browan can do, right? So we provide a monitoring system for them to help them solve inventory issue, replenishing costs, and the efficiency and the level of higher customer satisfaction. So it is, from the anode side, it is a mechanical and an electronical sensors to the tanks for food and beverage level CO2, right? And then it goes with a Piconex LTE as the backhaul gateway in the area. And then it works onto our clouds and the application that we provide to them to monitor the services. I would love to show you the restaurant and the places that they're serving, but we are only allowed to show you the indicative pictures of how a restaurant and the deployment would look like. Because, you know, in many instances, especially the American baseball or football stadium, where you have maybe 10 floors, every floor you have angles, corners of restaurants, and the soda machine in between. The CO2 are all being supplied from the central tank. And if you are not careful of maintaining the level of CO2 you have, and then having the gas provider to do a routine replenishment, there is a very high chance that, you know, the first game you sold out your soda, and the second consecutive game you ran out of CO2 to gas into your Coke or gas into your beverages. So in a restaurant, in a beer situation, in a soda situation, it's the same, that they would have their CO2 tanks in a room where you need to be careful there's no CO2 leakage. So there's a CO2 sensor that needs to be deployed. You need to sense how much more CO2 is in the tank and then replenish it, not through the routine scheduling of the limited trucks, but on demand. So I know that you're low on inventory of CO2. I'll drive the truck there and telling you that I'll gas it up, and you don't even have to do anything. So the customers was very happy with this kind of effectiveness of monitoring their tanks, and not to mention these tanks belongs to the gas suppliers, and they have the responsibility to look after their property too. So this helps to prevent, again, manual data collection that is very difficult to get now, because you can't just get a person just to collect the data, and the cost is high. And then we also prevented the limitation of visibility and control, because in some extreme cases, if you call in for a replenishment of CO2, it takes you maybe 3 days or 4 days later, you get the real supply of it, because of the limited trucks that is going a round trip to do that. And then also we prevent loss of business opportunity, because people get angry when there's no sugar intake, right? I need the soda with gas in it. And there's there's higher level of customer satisfaction, and we also decreases the operation cost for the gas supplier. This is some peaks of what we are actually doing on the tanks for CO2, and then the sensors of the levels of the tanks inventory. in the restaurant area, who actually help out the business situation for higher customer satisfaction and lower operation costs. The third one that Browan is also focusing on providing as a solution is the smart collision prevention solution. What does that mean? In many warehouse instances where they have areas for packaging into individual boxes, before that they have a line, or on the side they have pallets of goods that needs to be repacked into individual box to be sent to John. So people are walking around, forklift is moving around. And this is the time when the liability increases for the operation of warehouses, because annually for each warehouses, for some reason, forklifts runs down their colleagues. Because there's some criminal investigation on that. Someone do it purposely, we never know. But is there a system that could help them to prevent that from happening and then decreases their costs of insurance and their risk of labor accident liability? So again, we provided the end notes, a strap on the hands for the workers and on the forklift. And then we also provide the gateway plus the server and onto the application where the manager on the spot, on the floor, will be able to monitor it anytime. So this is an indicative picture of what has been deployed. In the warehouse, we actually have the forklift with the proximity sensors, plus the workers with the strappers that gives you a vibration when the forklift comes to you within a 5 meters range, telling you that, while you're focusing on carrying this box for repackaging, some John is driving the forklift coming near to you for some reason. Maybe he didn't see you, or you didn't buy him a beer yesterday. So be careful of that. And then in the meantime, we deploy LoRa-based security door window opening sensors, and also electronic gates for Zone A and Zone B authorization entering different zones. Because some of the packaging lines in Zone A is packaging the jewelry that you bought for your anniversary for your wife. So this has to be restricted, with approved, authorized personnel only. And the others, the toys, the clothes, would be in a regular area. So these are all embedded together from the thesis of preventing accident, expanding to more security, and the partitioning of working area and working safety idea for a solution. So this were the problem that we're solving, because there was, according to the statistic that we got, there's about 24,960 forklift-related injuries. Imagine that, annually. And then 73 people killed in a warehouse. That is quite terrifying, isn't it? Because we thought warehouse it's not that dangerous. And of course, in average, 34 injuries per day, 1 killed every 5 days. And this costs the corporation maintaining or running the warehouse to be very expensive and to be very risky, because you never know when you would have that accident, and then the labor authority would come in and suspend your operation for safety check for the next 7 days before you come up with a CAR. So not to mention the injury damage itself, but the suspension of the operation is also a significant cost and loss of business opportunity that hurts our customers significantly. So this is the 3 solutions that we made, that we have developed for our customers and solving the issues for them. This is how it looks like. There's a different, this is obviously not John. Some guy, they're operating the forklifts, different kinds of forklift in the warehouse, and they are wearing the straps on the hand and then on the forklift itself with the positioning sensors for them. So in summary, what we are trying to share with our friends and colleagues here is that Browan has been moving or elevating ourselves to create more values from the total solution that we're offering into the market. And we are building this effort on the foundation of the devices and equipment we have shipped up over the years. We still have a strong dream for IoT. We'll be here. We'll always be in the IoT business to actualize the dreams for everyone in making it everywhere in the world. Because I came from the Wi-Fi industry back 25 years ago when there was no Wi-Fi. But we knew that Wi-Fi would be able to change and improve the quality life of everyone now, 25 years ago. I'm not sure if it improved the quality. I think sometimes the level of quality is worsened with the existence of Wi-Fi, but most of all, the convenience of it. So we see that replicating in the IoT world, and I hope that down the road, 5 years from now, we will all be enjoying the benefits of IoT that is installed somewhere that you don't even need to know. So we are expanding our values from equipment makers to solution providers, and we know that solutions are always very specific in certain scenarios, and we know that it needs a certain level of customization. And we're looking for partners, and along the course, we're also building out our own know-how to address more solutions to cater to more different vertical market applications. And that is where you start to create the value from collecting the data. And then we are also enhancing our system with more proactive features, with analytics and analytic tools for the data that we have collected. Because otherwise, we have a solution, we have some precautious alarm, but what to do with the data? This is actually the value of IoT. By collecting the data, you see the forecasting and the trend of certain issue and what we could do with that, and eventually embedding a edge computing AI power to fully automate the process that decreases or improves the efficiency and decreases human errors or the cost of having a huge team to manage a minor issue that causes a big risk, something like this. So all in all, we want to work with different vertical markets, work with different partners to form the elements that really solve the application issue for our customers that would help us to propel or shorten the selling cycle that we all see right now in making the installation as easy as possible for our customers. Again, this means that we want an open partnering because of our own limitation of knowledge in different vertical. And we are here today in the show, and for tomorrow, my colleagues and myself would be honored and pleasure to have a discussion with you how to create a solution for a certain sector of the vertical market. And we have everything there. It's just a matter of customization and cooperation. So this summarizes my presentation. I thank you for here listening to my information to share with you. I hope it creates the value for you and you have the person for cooperation that is set as Browan to work with you. So I'm open for any question you will have, and thank you very much again. Thank you.